Hi guys, welcome back to my Brave XPS guide. Now I'm gonna review King of Leonis Mont, but before begin, let me warn you that this review is based on the Japan version of King of Leonis Mont, okay? So the global data for wiki is still not updated yet. So yes, I assume the abilities are the same. So let's start with what he can do. So first of all, like that he is really strong physical cover tank, okay? His defense can easily reach like 6,000 or 6,500, okay? Very easy, very high. And he also gets insane elemental resist, which is very nice if you want to absorb single target magic element. So let's say you're only able to bring one tank, then yes, he will absorb physical and elemental magic attack. Okay, very nice. And as a DPS, he also has 200% beast, 100% insect, human, and plant killer. So yes, very powerful against those types. And he also gets preemptive physical cover and 70% draw attack. So yes, his passive is really good for a tank. And talking about DPS, you don't need to worry because all of his attacks scaled with his defense. Okay, so that will be good. And yes, he also able to become your breaker, 85% attack and magic break, only for single target, but it is really usable on today standard. And he also able to support your party. He able to give you, I can say, mediocre 230% all stats buff, but very good 50% damage mitigation with 100% physical cover. Okay, so very nice. You don't need to worry about casting this on the first turn because, like I said before, he already gets preemptive cover. And yes, you probably want to use his magic. Okay, yeah, from what I know, it is his magic. Okay, 75% physical mitigation, 50% damage mitigation, and 300% defense for 4 turns. You probably want to use that on the first turn, but if you already have the X+2 version, then what you want to use on the first turn is probably his limit burst. Okay, his normal limit burst break magic by 85% and attack by 87%, and also gives you very nice damage mitigation. Okay, so very nice, very strong right from the first turn on X+2. That's why I really recommend you to make him into X+2 if you plan to get him. If you let's say you don't plan to make him into X+2, then don't bother, okay? Because basically this is what makes him really good. First turn, insane damage mitigation. And he also able to give your party 100% all elemental resist, which is very useful on dark vision to not to take any damage. And he gets super dispel and 20% sword imperil, but the drawbacks is those only usable once. Okay, but maybe not that big deal because the battle ends quite fast on today's standard. And yes, for chaining, I can say it's bad because he can only chain with Mirror of Equity. Okay, so yes, I can say, who uses Mirror of Equity? Okay, maybe you say Stern, then yes, maybe he is good with Stern. But talking about damage, one thing I want to tell you is his super limit burst or even normal limit burst is locked to fire element, and I find this quite annoying. Okay, because if you see this, the damage modifier, sure, it is impressive. Okay, 290 times, it is impressive. And because he gets high defense, it is also good. But let me remind you that his damage won't be as good as real DPS. Why? First thing is because he, yes, use one-handed sword. So unless you use two-handed sword on him, then yes, your attack not gonna take 1.5 times, 1.5 times weapon damage modifier. Okay, that's one weakness. And yes, like I said on the beginning, he can reach like 6,000, 7,000 maybe, but we are on the age of 8,000 or whatever. Okay, so sure, he deals nice damage, but the point here is maybe not on par with your real finisher. Okay, and yes, I think that's all what he can do. Now let's compare him to other characters. So the first comparison is Runda. Okay, yes, he is free tank. Okay, Mont deal much better damage. Mont also has much better break. Okay, very nice break, usable on today's standard. But let me remind you that Runda also can chain with triple bolting strike, a chaining family that is kinda meta at this point, and it is also flexible. So as a damage, Runda can act as your chainer. Okay, flexible element, usable unlike Mont. And Runda also has better damage mitigation, 85% versus 75%. And the best part is Runda is free. Okay, so for Mont, I don't say he is bad, okay? But yes, if what you search is damage mitigation, remember that we already have Runda. And let's compare him to Global Tanker. So for Global Tanker, I believe you still remember Stormseeker Esther. Wow, she can act as DPS and tank. Okay, she can stay as a tank on early part of the battle, and on the decisive turn, she can move to offensive mode and gonna deal awesome damage. Okay, so it's not like, oh, I cannot defeat the enemy because I need to wait for the super limit burst to be full. I hate that mechanic. Okay, so Stormseeker Esther is better character in my eyes. Of course, they are different, but yes, if you already have Stormseeker Esther, I don't think you should get him. Okay, yes, they are different. I know, admit it. And remember that on Global Tanker, they are not physical cover. They are all cover. Okay, so again, physical cover, strong physical tank is good, but what is better? Strong all tankers. Okay, and I can say that their chaining families are more usable. Okay, Stardust Ray, Bolting Strike compared to Mirror of Equity. Okay, so in the end, my conclusion for Mont. So yes, even I have badmouthed him, let me tell you then he is really solid character. He is really good physical cover tank, I cannot deny that. Very strong with strong damage mitigation, physical mitigation, and yes, if you fight against beasts and human, he is insane, okay? So really, really good characters. And remember, he also can break, act as secondary finisher. So yes, very, very good character, especially let's say on Class of Whales, on Dark Vision. Yes, he is also useful as long as you can hold the damage below 5,000, okay? But yes, very good character, very nice Trust Master Reward and fish, not STMR, I mean, okay? Trust Master Reward, STMR are very nice for Vision card. It is nice, but not many characters able to use it. Only, yeah, physical tank. Same for the STMR, but the STMR is really good for him, I can say. So really, yeah, basically what's really good is the Trust Master Reward. The rest are good, but maybe not that tempting to get. And yes, the bad news is he arrived on the global. Okay, not late, not whatever, but global, simply insane. Okay, I have mentioned Stormseeker Esther. Yeah, you name it. Okay, and in my eyes, he is not that special, especially because he is locked to fire element. If only he is flexible, wow, I'm gonna totally recommend you to get him. Okay, so why Why it's such a big deal? Because just think about this, guys. I totally understand that for real DPS, they lock to certain element because, yes, they want for you to pull for another finisher. It's obvious, I understand that. But for this, he is not a real DPS. He acts like, yes, your secondary DPS. So basically, you on few scenarios you will need both tank and DPS at the same time. And if the enemy somehow resist against fire, then it's better to use Runda, because I can say, wow, he just lose half of his abilities, because yeah, one of his main strength is dealing damage, right? So yeah, it's kind of annoying to be locked to fire. So that's his really real weakness. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know. If you want to pull him, go ahead. Really good characters, but yeah, because he is locked to fire element, you won't be able to use him lots of times, I guess. Okay, probably on the next Dark Vision, or this time Dark Vision, where you, yeah, I don't see the Dark Vision at this point. Okay, I mean the weakness, but probably the next Dark Vision, when they rotate the enemy, he is gonna get benched. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye, guys.